Hello again and welcome back everybody to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC and we are getting really close. Friday came and went and nothing too, major. Saturday, nothing, huge again. So here we are on Sunday, last day of the weekend, and we'll see what happens. There's still a decent amount of the day left, right? So we're what, about less than day and a half away from the election, and if something's going to happen beforehand, well, time's a ticking. There's still chances of something happening day of, during, and after. Now, if you take and you go through and you start looking at some of the signs and symptoms and things like that, I don't see the mass, getting together. There's not the people that are accumulating and doing planning, at least not publicly, like we saw, in different elections and stuff before of the unrest and things like that. Uh, the people that were involved really got coordinated and put it out to where they were recruiting, get out here and let's protest, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm just not seeing it. It's not to say that it won't happen or that they're doing it more in a secretive manner, or, in the darkness and the shadows, if you will. But, as far as what it looks like, maybe this is going to be a wait and see. And then depending on the results, then maybe they'll start coordinating and things like that. But what I'm seeing, I don't see anything like that, at least as a large group. So that brings into what else could possibly happen. Is there going to be small, isolated shenanigans? Yes, I believe that there's going to be. Is there going to be irregularities? Is there going to be glitches? Is there going to be different things that happen that gather our attention? I pretty much almost guarantee that that's going to happen. One of the big things, though, is we have to try and discern whether it is just an absolute mistake. We are human. There is mistakes. There is a thing called a computer glitch. Anything that is man-made can and will go bad at some point in time. And so, since a computer is made by a man, then it's not perfect. So, doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be something that is nefarious. It could just be an absolute error. And so we have to be not so quick to judge. Make sure that we're taking in all sorts of factors. Make sure that you understand isolated events. When you're getting single source, one out of millions and millions, okay, maybe this wasn't so bad. Make sure that you're watching where you're getting your information from. Is it a friend of a friend? Is it a friend that saw something on TikTok? Is it, or is this firsthand, picture, video evidence, things like that? Not to mention that the things like that can be changed, right? We all are very much aware of Photoshop, and the assistance of AI now makes things a lot harder to figure out whether they are real, fake, or altered in any way. So we also have to be careful of that. Uh, it's going to be one that is there outside influence. Yes. The United States messes and interferes with all sorts of other countries for whatever reason. I don't know, don't really care. Uh, so them having a chance to come and meddle in our affairs, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't they? And it's one of those things too. I don't think that 99% of the outside influence that wants to meddle in our elections really cares who is going to be the one that wins. They just want to meddle. They don't care. So any of the ones where they're saying this country wants this person to win, I don't know if there's really anything to that. But maybe there is. I don't know. Is there internal influence? Yes. Everybody has um, a reason for whoever they want to be the leader of the country. Whether that is you and me, we want to uh, make sure that our candidate, whoever we want to vote for, is the winner. Now, I will say I don't care who you vote for. I would like to see that you voted. I would love if you maybe went over to the Rural Report Facebook page, which, if you're not a member of that, down in the description section, there's a link to that. Go join up if you want to. But maybe we'll do a voting day little picture, and you can share your I voted sticker or something like that. I don't care who you voted for. Don't tell me. Don't tell the internet who you voted for. If you're Team Red, go vote Team Red. If you're Team Blue, go vote Team Blue. Um, it should be free and fair. It should not be one of the ones where you fear casting, your absolute civilian right to make your voice heard, and then vote. It doesn't matter if you're independent, libertarian, whoever. If you have a notion to where you are legally allowed and eligible to vote, uh, go vote. Please go vote. But with that out of the way, my guess would be that if something was going to happen, it's probably going to be something of internet based, uh, grouping in cell phone outages and things like that. I don't see anything power grid yet. Most of the things that I am seeing and different rumors and whatever else, um, cell phone outages would probably be the biggest one. It's probably not going to be widespread. It's probably going to be regional and hit and miss areas, as well as internet. I can see there being internet issues. There's going to be a lot of coverage. A lot of things are internet driven right now. So, you're overwhelming some of the system and things like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that if something does happen, that it is somebody up to no good. Now, has a good chance of being somebody that's trying to take things down and take things out. I get that. But when you just have a mass amount of people, especially in a localized area, it's a lot for a tower or different things, to try and handle. So just a heads up on that. Make sure that you kind of have a cool, calm, and collective nature about yourself as you go through these next several hours and days. Will there be a winner Tuesday night / Wednesday morning? I doubt it. More than likely, if I had to guess, something like Pennsylvania is probably going to hold things up. Probably 2 or 3 other states, maybe even like Michigan or Arizona or something like that. They've already put this out into mainstream, so don't be surprised if you wake up Wednesday morning and there's no winner. Um, so we will see what transpires out of all this. Now, if we pull this back into preparedness, I'm going to basically put everybody into 3 categories, and we're going to split it up basically into thirds. So if you are in that bottom third, you are 0 to 30% prepared, or 33% if you really want to get into the math, but um, you haven't started or you have very little. It's not too late. Um, I would, if it's me and I'm giving you advice, I would focus on the absolute bare essentials. And if you're trying to do this on a budget, things like water. For the most part, throughout the country, water is generally on average about $1 a gallon. Um, it's going to depend on how much you've got to spare. If you've got $20, $50, whatever, take a few dollars. If you don't have any water whatsoever stocked up, take a few bucks and go down and get at least 3 to 5 gallons of water. And it's going to depend, again, on how many people you have in your house and things like that. So if we're just saying one person individually, okay, for this whole scenario, I would go get somewhere between 3 to 5 gallons of water. It's cheap. You're going to use it. It's a good idea to have some extra water on hand just in case for all sorts of different reasons. But if you are one of the people that you just don't stock food, okay, again, I would take a couple of dollars and I would go get something like a can or a couple cans of SpaghettiOs or things along those lines. Something that you can pop the top and you can eat right there. You don't have to cook it. You don't have to add ingredients. You may not like it room temperature, but it is calories. It's edible. And honestly, there's a lot of people who don't put this out there. If you're going to do SpaghettiOs, get something with meat in it, so that way you're getting some protein. Now, if something happens and it only lasts a day or a couple days or whatever, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But then again, if you're trying to go a couple of days, say the worst of the worst happens, and you can't operate your stove or your microwave or anything along those lines, and you're unable to cook, and you can't go outside, and can't have it to where you could risk a fire or anything like that, and whatever you have, you're going to have to eat cold. Trust me, something like that's probably going to be a good thing. So, again, now you got food and water for a couple of days and you've only spent a couple of dollars. Make sure that you have some medical supplies. Make sure you have some Band-Aids, maybe some aspirin, uh, things like that. You can probably go to some sort of Dollar Tree, dollar store, something like that. And again, spend just a couple of dollars. You're just trying to basically make a small little medical kit, a little boo-boo kit, maybe something that if you wake up with a headache, you have something that you can take. We're not trying to buy huge 250 count bottles of anything. Usually a dollar store will have those little bottles to where a buck will buy you 2 or 3 of those little, Tylenols or whatever it is. So, things like that. That'll cover a lot of that. Make sure that you go and you have a flashlight. If you don't have a flashlight, you really should. Okay. But again, if money is an issue, go buy a dollar flashlight. We're just trying to, and I get it. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to start screaming at that. But if there's people out there that have a very tight budget, a dollar flashlight is better than walking around in the dark. We're only trying to last a couple of days. We can upgrade later. And, you're going to have to go through each and everything like that. Make sure that things are fully charged. Make sure things are topped off. Maybe have some candles and some other things. Again, be safe with your candles. They are a fire hazard. Don't sleep with a candle on and things like that. Make sure that you walk around and look at your doors and your windows. Is the back door locked? Is all your windows locked? Is everything secure? Things like that. We're not trying to do this out of fear. We're just doing it as a practice run because the chances of nothing happening to you or in your area is pretty good. Okay. Unless you live in downtown Minneapolis or New York City or somewhere in the state of Washington or something like that, where these things are common, where people get unruly, then chances are you will probably be unscathed. Now, is the chance zero? No, that's why we're talking about this and preparing. So moving on, maybe you're in the second tier. Maybe you are 40 to 60%. That's good. You're in that 50. You've got some stuff, but you're not quite where you want to be. That's probably where most of you are. Okay, great. Take today and go through your stuff. Okay, where's your holes? What could you use a little bit more of? Could you use a little bit more water, food, fuel? Do you need to take the propane tank off the grill and go get it topped off and filled up? Don't go into debt. And any of the stuff that we're covering, do not go into debt. Remember that when we are doing preparedness, we're preparing for the worst, but we also have to prepare as if nothing happens. So if you go into massive amount of debt and you enter your 401k and nothing happens in your lifetime, then you've put all of your chips into one basket. And when it comes time down the line, when you need money or when you retire, you didn't prepare for that. Okay. That's one of the big things when we're into the preparedness lifestyle is we're preparing for today to the rest of our lives. And that means that we are preparing for all the stuff, whether it is a localized thing, whether it is a job loss, a death in the family, a tornado, a flood, we get snowed in, or the zombie apocalypse. Okay. We're trying to prepare as much as we can, but we also have to prepare for if nothing happens. So maybe you're a little bit more advanced. Maybe you're in that top tier group. You are 70 to 100% prepared. Now, granted, I'm going to knock it back 99. Nobody's 100% prepared. I don't care who you are and how much money you've got and how many stockpiles of stuff or whatever. Nobody's 100% prepared. So we're just going to say 70% and above. That's great. What you should do is look for the little tiny things that you have overlooked. Okay. Actually go look through all of your flashlights. Maybe strategically place them around the house. Maybe put one by the front door and one by the back door. Put, 1 or 2 in the bedroom, put one in the bathroom, things like that. Start strategically placing things. This is a really good dry run. If nothing happens, all this is just going to be like a practice week. And One of the things though is if you've gone through and you've done everything, you've topped your tanks, you've checked everything, you've got all your maintenance done, you've even went the step further. You made sure there's no dirty dishes, there's all the laundry's completely clean, the bathroom has plenty of toilet paper and all that. Great. Check on your friends, check on your neighbors, check on your loved ones, call your family, see how they're doing, make sure they are good. Okay, if we're saying that something can happen, if the balloon goes up and whatever happens and it is just the worst of the worst, and there's no cell phone, there's no internet, there's no nothing, this might be the last time you talk to them. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Fair enough. No, I don't think that's going to happen, so please do not freak out. I'm just saying that it's a great time to take maybe 15 half hour of today and make a couple of phone calls. Do a text message, do something, reach out. Go knock on your neighbor's door. Hey, are you all good? Do you need anything? Do you know, go talk to your kids, your grandkids. Um, just reach out. Hey, I'm thinking about you. Are you all good? Do you need anything? Don't put yourself in the bind. Don't start giving away all of your stuff and things like that. But it might be one of them things that somebody does. Maybe somebody has, they have some stuff on their mind, and that phone call is exactly what they needed. They needed somebody to reach out to them because they were not going to reach out to somebody else. Maybe somebody is good, except, maybe today they were going around and they found out something about their tote of water is leaking and they don't have enough money to go and get a new tote. Well, maybe you can take a couple of gallons of your water over and give it to them. Hey, you know what? I can spare 5 gallon. This will hopefully help you a little bit. Things like that. Reach out and check and make sure everybody's good. And I've talked to a couple of people today and over the weekend that they're pretty well prepared. And I was asking what they were doing, and they were doing everything that they could to just stay busy. They were washing the car, making sure it's good and ready to go, checking tire pressures, mowing the grass just in case, getting that last mow done, winterizing a lot of the small stuff, going through. There was one that was going through and making sure the roof and everything was good and that the window seals and everything were all good and things like that. They were going around and tightening up the hinges on the door, making sure everything's all good there. Just little things like that. It's little things that we overlook is going to be the big crack that we see later. Well, it's one of them things that usually a lot of big problems are hindsight problems, that it was a little tiny weakness that we overlooked that was very easily fixable, but yet we were too busy with other shiny, cool, sexy things that we just didn't look at that. Who cares? It's good. We're just assuming it's good. Well, we all know what assuming is, right? So just a little FYI, just don't do anything out of fear. A little bit of fear is healthy. It's okay to have a little bit of a hesitation here and there. It's okay to get a second opinion or rethink something, maybe try and get it from a different point of view, but don't make decisions based on fear. It usually leads to really bad, if not catastrophic, just poor outcomes. So make sure you gather as much information as you can. Make the best decision as you possibly can. So, but that's all I'm going to leave it here. This video went way longer than I planned on, but I do want to say that I just wanted to pop on. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of encouragement. I am here. If you guys need anything, you know how to reach me. Drop something in the comments, email me, whatever. I try and make myself available to anybody that needs it. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you have a blessed day. Make sure you guys stay safe. Think things through. Spend time with the friends, your family, your loved ones, your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors, everybody that you care about. We're going to make it through this, okay? So with that, stay tuned because there's more information to come. And remember, remain united because we're all prepping in this together.